Hello, my name is Michael. Welcome to Evolve One, where we help you evolve yourself. We're going to be talking about what are influencers and also why they're important. We're just actually going to just hop right into the video. Basically, influencers and how to read them are going to be the general sum of why this is significant and why this is a genuine thing. If you cannot distinct in society who are influencers in social circles, this is going to be useless. And so basically, I'm going to tell you guys what to look at when you're looking for who is an influencer. And then later I'm going to bring up why is it a huge deal. So basically, the influencers are people that have taken initiative temporarily in a social circle. And then also what they have done is they have made themselves the predominant decision maker for the group at temporarily. And that's the huge thing, is that this is not a guaranteed position when it comes to who is going to be making the decisions for the group. So, for example, if you go into Starbucks and you see that there's people in there, and you look at all the people in there, and you notice that there's like a group woman, for example, group of like 3 girls or something like that, and you just, look at them, look at what they're saying, if it's discussed or who's, barking the orders at other people. It's not going to be like a construction job or the guy's going to be like, hey, you need to put pipes on the 34th floor or something like that. It's going to be more on the means of, hey, I'm going to go first, or hey, you go first. They're going to be the ones that are making the decisions for the group. And it's going to be something that is very minor. It's only going to happen like 1 or 2 times in a general conversation, 1 or 2 times a minute. And that's very small. So if you can pick up these, I like to call them black swans, because they give you a huge sum of who they are as a person. But basically, if you can pick these up, you can start to see who are the influencers. And basically, if you start to see who is the influencer on the group, you are realizing who's going to be making the decision makers, because those people are putting enough trust into that person to make them make a decision for them. That's one of the huge things that humans do not realize, is that we think in a rational mindset. If you literally give your one power, and that is to be the ability to rationally decision make, you're giving that ability to another person, you are basically laying over like a dog and making them you're basically your whole example of basically what you're going to trust in. And so with that in mind, like, for example, who's going to be doing what when it makes to making situations, when it comes to, what do people want to go do, or what do people want to do, and who's going to be making those decisions for the group. So when it comes to being one of these people that are, getting influenced by the influencer, these people are going to be generally giving the trust. Well, why is that? And this is why I hold being an influencer between being a leader in completely different zones. A leader is a step up from an influencer. And I'm going to be talking about what an influencer is, and they have a lot of the same attributes as a person, but there's key things that are not in an influencer, and why you need to keep that in a very, very in the back of your mind whenever you're talking to these people. So basically, an influencer is obviously the person that makes the decisions for the group. As in the Starbucks scenario, if it is somebody that is saying, hey, can you go get the straws? That's going to be something that is more on the influencer side. They're choosing to do the best for their situation. And that's basically the same thing, is that these influencers, they do not have a track record of how they can have trust from other people. And that's what I mean, is that if you meet somebody at a party or something like that, and they ask you, hey bro, you want to go egg somebody's house, and people have a general influence on this guy or this person, you just find as a general influence. Well, why is that? Why are you giving that trust to him if you're going to go egg some houses? And that's why a lot of people say no to somebody they know. But if they have a general correlation with them over just a fast period of trust, they don't have any track record, but they are still gaining your trust. And that's just a human thing that we do, is that we can see these in people and we can find this trust in some of these people just naturally. And some people have a really good job at doing that, and that's what makes them a very good influencer. The influencers, though, are somebody that does not have a track record in their trust with one relationship or with one social circle. If you can have like a million trust circles if you want to, well, they can all be shit and you don't even know it. You could say you're a leader, but you don't have any good relationships with anybody or any track record of trust. So that's what makes an influencer. Influencers do not have any historical track record of taking initiative of the group and then making the right decision for the group scenario. So for this, I'm going to be saying basically the influencers don't have a track record. I'm just making sure this is concrete in your mind. They don't have a track record, so they are very in the dependent side to gaining them. They have the most power but the least amount of power at the exact same time. Also, this is my second point, influencers have the power in a social circle to influence the leaders of that group. And what I mean by that is, and you're going to see this too, look at your own social circle. Who influences the people that you think are leaders? And those are influencers because they do not hold the position, but they have they're like the second man towards it. They're the stage under. And the leaders are basically the exact same thing as influencers, but they do the best for the situation, not for their situation per se, but the situation. And that's what builds a good track record, and that's what makes people respect you. And that takes a long time to realize what is going to be the best for the situation. And that takes a lot of practice, time, dedication, a lot of stuff like that. But to go into it, leaders are basically people that have been provided the amount of trust over time, and then also they have the power to make the decisions. But these influencers, per se, can leech onto them if leaders do not understand that. Influencers do have the power to take and influence other people, and that could be anybody, even the leaders. And you see this sometimes too. If, let's just say, for example, I just watched the Aaron Hernandez thing, and he was a predominant leader on and off the field. Great, very responsible guy when it comes to how he took his ownership on the field. But the thing is that he had influencers like his drug dealer that messed up his values. And the influencers have the greatest power in the secrets because they are influencing what other people put trust into. Aaron Hernandez was one of those things. I'm not going to go into any more details just because. But that's basically a situation where the influencer has taken more power than the leader, and that causes irrational things that people don't understand. And that's just one of those things, is why is the influencer powerful? That exact situation is one of the huge points. Obviously, it's murder. It's one of the most drastic reasons. But that's why they're powerful. And if you can start to see who is powerful in a social scenario, if that be who's going to be taking a leadership role, an influencer role, realizing who is in an influencer role or a leadership role and not mixing them up, because trust me, if somebody doesn't have a track record, they're not going to be, I just don't want you guys to trust them as much. And I know that's hard to say, but they don't have any history of having your trust. So why get influenced by them? I'm just doing what's best for you guys. If you guys want me to go into more detail about what the difference between being a leader and being an influencer is, I would like to cover in another video, but just basically sum this all up. Influencers are people that have the social circle, have the social capability to make the decisions, but not on a finite basis, so they cannot continue to make these decisions if they're shitty. But influencers for the time being in the situation are the ones taking the leadership role without any historical purchase or a historical track record. So, with that in mind, I just wanted to let you guys know this. And then why is it going to be powerful on your day-to-day basis? Basically, influencers are people that you need to look out for because they will have other people turn on you if they don't like you. They will have other people respect you. Also, they will basically be a leader in disguise. And that's one of the hard things that's to take with being an influencer and looking at basically who is going to be an influencer is because they have all this trust that is basically not really given to them. Because at the end of the day, if people are going to put more trust into a leader with a track record than they are with an influencer, guys. That basically sums us all up. I've tried to make this video like 8 times. I wanted to basically sum this up into a very concrete video. Guys, feel free to give me a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you want more. Again, my name is Michael. I'm from Evolve One. We're starting up a new YouTube channel. Hopefully, seeing where it can go. Hope you guys all have a great day. Without anything to do, I'm gonna probably edit this out and probably give it to you guys right now. So hope you guys have a great day. Bye.